Ecstatic isn't the word. Floyd versus Manny, it's on and popping. Let's go. But before we get into all that, am I joking, nigga? That's all the fuck we can get into. But I gotta keep going. As a general in this YTBC, yeah, I said it. There ain't many generals out there in this YTBC, but I'm definitely one of them. As a general, I have to continue with the other fights that are at hand. Adrien, the problem, Broner versus John Molina. Yo, John Molina, if you haven't seen the John Molina versus Lucas Matisse fight, it is definitely a fight you want to see. You want to see this fight because Matisse is known as a brawler. He is. He's known as a brawler. But the thing is, Molina's more of a brawler than Matisse is. To the point, Molina's winning. Molina knocks down Matisse. Even tells Duke, you ain't on my level. You better go back to boxing. And that's exactly what Lucas Matisse had to do. Lucas Matisse was, he was too small, it seemed like. He was too small for John Molina. John Molina definitely took advantage of it, and it backfired full-blown into Lucas Matisse's face. The only thing about it is that Lucas Matisse is a smarter fighter, and a lot of times the slickster will beat the brawler or the boxer-puncher, or you boxing, punching motherfuckers. But in the same sense, the question is, does Broner have the boxing ability to outbox John Molina? If you don't know how John Molina fights like... He fights like Guerrero did against Berto, if you remember that fight. And, you know, he brought the heat to him, just like Maidana did against Broner. If John Molina wants to win, he needs to bring that type of game. He needs to bring that game to say, I'm not going to sit back and let you just pop shot all night or that little 1-2 and a hook. You know how Broner does it. So, I think if Molina wants to win, he needs to pull a page out the Maidana handbook and really go after Broner. Broner's flat-footed. I said it, man. I'm tired of waiting for Broner to prove me wrong. Okay, that's like saying, okay, Duke on the court, he can cross you, he can jump super high, but I've never seen him dunk. But he could dunk, y'all. Why? Because I've seen him jump super high. That's a problem. That's a problem, you know? Broner, you look like you're probably the second most athletic motherfucker in the game. If you're not on them Twinkies and them brownies and shit. But you seem like you move around like a heavyweight. Like, come on, my G, you can't. If you got the skills, you need to use them. This one dude made a video and he said he didn't really care for Mayweather that much because Mayweather has this gift from the God and he doesn't use it the way he does. I thought about that and I started harping on it, meaning I asked Carcino and Carcino got right back to me because I'm a general in this motherfucker. I call 78 give right back to me. Blood, motherfucking ego, motherfucking, who else is Divine? No matter who the fuck I motherfucking message, I'll get my shits back immediately. What up with my nigga Boxing Socialist? I haven't seen that nigga in stupid long. I haven't even seen it. I know he's probably making videos. I think I've seen a video of him recently, but I haven't seen the nigga in mad long. So shout outs to Boxing Socialist. I hope you're still doing your thing with that website. Oh, man. The main thing I want to say about this fight, the number one thing I want to say about this fight, who do I think is going to win? At first, I had John Molina. I'm changing my pick to Adrien Broner because I feel no matter what, he's too athletic. I thought the same thing against Maidana, and Maidana was a little disappointed in my prediction, and obviously he showed otherwise. So the thing with Adrien Broner that I just want to point out is that he is the first fight for this Al Haymon card, and unlike Thurman, who has to outperform for Mayweather, Broner has to go all out. And no humping in the ring, you know, no complaining. He's going to put on a show. NBC, y'all better be ready for that at least. You're going to get a show from this dude. But in the same sense, Broner needs a knockout. He can't get knocked out or his career might be over after this. Broner, and it ain't guaranteed Broner's going to win or get a knockout. It's just saying Broner needs to do these things. Broner has the ability to landslide John. He had the ability to landslide Maidana, in my opinion, but he felt he was Floyd. He saw Floyd stand right there in the pocket with that defense up against Canelo and wasn't moving. There was no more backing down nobody. You know that. Floyd will fill you out in the beginning. You can back him down for a little. Then Floyd stands right in the middle of that motherfucking ring with everybody. Cotto, Mosley, motherfucking Guerrero. After you back Floyd down a little bit, he wants to see your power. He wants to see your offensive skills. Then Floyd stand, and Broner tried to do that. Broner tried to stand in the middle of the ring as if he was Floyd. Like, all right, I already figured this guy out. Now I don't have to go nowhere. But no, obviously we all know Broner is not Floyd. And they obviously got displayed in a wily fashion to the point where people immediately wrote this guy off. Who cares if you're getting 1.3, 1.4 a fight? Amir Khan gets 1.6, 1.5, I think. So in the same sense, you know, you got what you wanted. Oh, my antics. You got what you wanted, but in the same sense, I thought we were on the billions. I thought, you know, AB was about billions. So, hey, you better out Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson. You better go all out. You better show the fans, I was checking this out. You better show the fans and show everybody that Al Heyman was right. You know, fans, you need to pay attention to boxing, and here's why, you know. And what's a better way to do it besides the most flashiest, next to Floyd, most flamboyant, most colorful motherfucker to do it, Adrien, the problem, Broner. I'm not so fixed on the fight and the outcome. It's more or less, will these two put on a big enough show for everybody else to get ready for the Keith Thurman and, you know, the Danny Garcia? Everybody gonna be ready for the Floyd Manny, but you see what I mean? This fight is bigger, in my opinion, than the Keith Thurman fight. Keith Thurman has a lot to prove for himself. Broner has to prove it for himself and Al Heyman. It's gonna be crazy, man. I'll be back soon. D-Block. All right, man, I'm Ghost. I got Broner by unanimous decision. I know it sucks, but you need a knockout, nigga.